Oh, we are live. Nice. Just a moment. Yeah. A quick question. Can you see the YouTube side of things, or you are also getting like, the backstage, like where, you are being
I'm
added
getting
on
the
this?
backstage. I'm getting the StreamYard backstage. I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
says you're on the show, so I'm assuming we're on the show.
Mhm. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's just have the comments thing live. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll just wait for 3 minutes and like just at the right time we'll start.
sure. Not a worry.
Absolutely. I think we already have someone who is watching. Oh, someone has been waiting for us to get started.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I can't see, I guess. Only you can see. So good.
Yeah, I can only see. Lovely. I'll just be sharing the live link. Do you want the live link to be shared with like anyone? Do you want the live link?
No, I think
Absolutely.
everyone who is in my this will follow the link in any
Okay.
case. So,
Okay. Got it. Got it. I think the best part of any podcast is the awkward silence before it starts. It's like, okay, we are staring each other at the screen. We are doing
always
competition.
the case. Yeah, always the
The soft smile. They're like, I see you.
case. Start like.
Yeah, let's just get going.
Yeah, we're almost there. We
Okay.
can start.
Yeah, we're almost there. Oh, we have more people joining us.
How many
Hi
now?
guys. We have 5 people,
Not bad.
even before time. Yeah.
On time, not bad.
Yeah. That too on a Sunday morning. I'm
Yeah, to
assuming it's
understand.
not just us who,
Uh,
who are,
Thank- Thankfully,
sacrificing.
I turned up. Thankfully, I turned up.
Thankfully, you turned up. Otherwise, it would be just me, my screen, and like, hi. Oh my God. Can't believe people are watching us live on a Sunday morning. That too, like, they've gotten up, I'm sure, gotten fresh and everything.
They're
Thank
very
you,
Vela
guys.
people. They have a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time, no social life, like, just like me, you. Not you. I'm
Very,
sure you have one. You.
no, I don't have a social life. I'm very antisocial.
Antisocial. Okay. Lovely. Okay. We are absolutely on time. Let's just get started.
Sure.
So, yeah, I'm not going to do a very formal way of hi, welcome, and everything. I'm going to dive right into the topic. What,
Thank you. Perfect.
we are
That's the way
here
to do
for.
it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So most of us see the final ad, the campaign, the line that works, but we rarely get to see how someone thinks behind all of that. So I think that's what this is about. This is the Writer's Room, a conversation series where we sit down with people across advertising, copywriting, branding to understand how the work actually happens behind the scenes. uh, this is part of the Writer's Studio, an online learning space for aspiring writers to sharpen their thinking, refine their craft, and learn how writing works in the real world. And with the Writer's Room, we are bringing those real behind the scene conversations into the open. And for our first conversation, I'm joined by someone who has spent 27 years, more than I was not even born. Okay, that's not even my age
I'm
in
old. That
advertising.
makes me
Yeah.
really old, ancient. Okay.
I didn't want to put it like that. Age is just a number. Yeah. who has worked across 600 plus brands and is currently the chief creative officer at the Slant agency, Dubai. He's also known for a very distinct voice, both in the work he does and what he shares online, especially LinkedIn. You wake up, you open LinkedIn, there will be someone who mentions him, someone who talks about him, and he himself talking about a lot of stuff that goes on in the advertising industry. Shantesh, really glad to have you here. Thank you for making the time on a Sunday morning. And yeah, how are
Not
you
about,
feeling?
not about. Thank you, Kankona. It's been a pleasure being invited. I think thanks to you, thanks to the Writers Room, it's Writer Studio as
Absolutely.
well. It's an excellent initiative. I think there are a plethora of podcasts. There are a lot of people talking about advertising, creativity, all that, right? But there's never enough of it. And I think if it helps in whatever way for younger aspiring writers to learn
Yeah.
from people, because even I learn from a lot of people, even at my age and experience. So it's always good to have a discussion. So yeah, thank you for the opportunity, and hoping to answer some of your questions to the best way I can.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think the fact that we have you here is a very big thing for me, even like not just as the host of the podcast, because I am also exactly at the same stage, of our audience, and I am sure we'll learn a lot. More than learning a lot, I don't want to make it a very gyan oriented session. More than learning a lot, I want to pick your
Yeah,
brain
it's all good.
to see what actually goes
Sure,
into everything that you think and how the industry works. So,
sure.
with your approval, we are getting started with the first question, right? Does
Sure.
that work?
Yeah, yeah,
Lovely,
please
lovely.
shoot. Shoot.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so as I mentioned, right, 27 years in advertising, like, what's something about the industry that has stayed true no matter how much everything else has changed? Basically, what keeps you interested in the work even now?
Yeah, I think you get paid to have fun, basically, right?
Okay.
You got to
Yeah.
figure. I've used an example like this in my workshops in the past, right? Yeah,
Hmm.
imagine you're a cashier in a bank, and you're
Hmm.
working from 8 in the morning to 8 in the evening,
Hmm.
and you're
Yeah.
counting through the day one
Hmm.
crore rupees in cash, right? Through the whole day, you counted a crore of rupees in cash. That cash is not
Yeah.
yours. So you basically spend 12 hours of your life counting somebody else's cash. Um, Imagine how boring that job is, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Versus as a creative person, you get to work on interesting brands, you get to work on different formats, you can express yourself one day through a reel, one day through a carousel, one day through a film, one day through a press ad, an outdoor. Today you're working on an ice cream, tomorrow you're working on a condom, the third day you're working on Zomato, whatever it is, right? Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think as creative people, we forget that. We forget that we're actually getting paid to have fun, and that is what should keep you going in the business, right? It's something new every day to do, and that's what's kept me going for the last 27 years.
Got it, got it. So when you say like this, like, working across different areas, different formats, are you speaking more of a like when you do it by yourself, like as a freelancer, or like are you telling that this can happen for anyone who is working under someone as well? Let's say I am employed by an agency
Yeah,
or even on the brand side, maybe, right? But then again, that part comes, right? I am doing it for someone. So when you say
yeah.
that, getting paid to have fun, are you saying that is because you are doing it for yourself and by yourself?
No, what I'm saying is, of course, it's a commercial art. Somebody's money is on the table, and your job is to
Right,
satisfy a
right,
consumer. You're to meet a consumer solution, but you have to give a
right,
brand. There's a brand challenge which you're meeting, correct?
right,
So
right.
obviously, there is a serious aspect to it. I'm not saying that everything is frivolous and fun, but the idea of creativity is that it is essentially what's coming out of your head, right?
Right.
So, for example, today we all look at Fevicol and we laugh when we see a Fevicol ad, right? And Fevicol has become that great brand.
Yeah.
But 40 years ago, when Fevicol was briefed into Ogilvy and late Sir Piyush Pandey and his team, it was a boring commercial product. It was just
Right.
something that was used by carpenters. Now they could have made it boring if they wanted to. They didn't. What they did is they took it to an almost an entertainment level, right? The brand became an entertainer, and
Right.
they had fun with the product. They used the of stickiness, or stickability of
Absolutely.
the brand, and took it to
Right.
another extreme, right? So an egg
Absolutely.
that doesn't, an egg that doesn't break, somebody who's fishing with a rod that is stuck with Feviquick,
I would
or
tell an example in this in Durga Puja, right? There are huge queues, okay, and there are volunteers who would stand in front of the pandals who would not let you touch and who would like keep whistling, and they would say
yeah,
like "Fevicol ki tarah atke mat raho, aage badho,"
exactly. So
and we
it's
realized that yeah, yeah,
yeah, so that's the whole idea. The idea is that you can have fun, right? I mean, this cannot come out of this kind of work doesn't come out of stress. It doesn't come out of putting
yeah,
yourself in a box and saying, "Oh, man, make a Fevicol ka deadline hai."
yeah,
It doesn't work that way. So I think the idea in advertising really is to sit back and get the feeling that you're blessed with something. You're blessed with a skill. You might have the skill of a
got it.
writer. You might have the skill of a designer. You might have the skill of somebody who's an editor. This is a skill you're born with. You get better at it. You learn. You spend time with it. It becomes better. There's an old book, a Malcolm Gladwell book, where he talks about the 10,000 hour rule. So if you spend 10,000 hours doing something, you become pretty much good at it, right? So it really is about taking off that stress. That, oh, this is creativity. Creativity doesn't come out of so much stress. It comes out of chaos sometimes, but not out of stress.
Makes sense, makes sense. And that is a very good insight, I feel, because as a creative person, what I felt, these are like two extremes. As creativity does not come from being boxed, being, told, okay, this is how you have to do, this is, being put into the box, as I'm mentioning.
Yeah.
But also, when you are not pushing yourself, or also when you are not training yourself, there's a very big chance that you might fall into the hole of procrastination, or like, okay, I'll do it when it comes, I'll do it. And
Right.
I'm just trying to understand, how do you strike that balance between training your brain to be creative, as well as not making it very hardcore, uh, you know again putting yourself into the box that, okay, this is how it is, a rigid framework.
Yeah. So there's no formula really, honestly. Okay. There's no sort of magic bullet, or there's no one size fits all. Every creative person, every person has a different way of approaching a problem. Now, one thing is that we're all procrastinators. We're born procrastinators. Even I
Yeah,
procrastinate,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
We human
yeah,
beings are conditioned in a way to shift things to the next day. Kal aayega, kal
right.
dekhenge. Right?
Yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
that's common with whatever field you are in. It doesn't matter whether it's creativity. Now, the thing with what I always tell young people is that when you're young, right, you have an energy level which is very spontaneous, right? And there is a
Right.
certain spontaneity that is inbuilt in you, and that is really your superpower, right? So
Got it.
use spontaneity, use that energy of spontaneity to create. I think creation sometimes doesn't happen when you're working. It happens in the time
Right.
you're not working. You know, you could be sitting in a train or a bus or a Uber or a car or whatever it is, and you're traveling down, an idea can strike you. You can be down for a lunch break or a smoke break, and an idea can strike you. You can be with your friends having a nice adda or a session somewhere, and an idea can strike you. So an idea is not
Right, right.
limited to the 8 or the 10 hours that you spend in front of your screen or in an office or your desk, or if you're a freelancer. Ideas are all around us. Ideas are there in the universe, right? It's imperative for younger people to really imbibe a lot of these ideas. You can find your ideas in music, you can find your ideas in movies, you can find it
Yeah,
in books,
yeah.
you can find it in art, you can find it in design. So there's a lot of places where you can dip your fingers in and get वो बोलते हैं ना जीवन का रस निकालो थोड़ा. तो
Yes,
वो
yes,
रस
yes.
है कहीं पे. रस है. It's your ability to dip your fingers into that Ganges and say, okay, this is the water I'm going to play with, right? So I just think the idea in creativity is there is going to be chaos. There is going to be a lot of distractions. There are going to be a lot of issues that you go through. But just remember one thing, that you are eventually using your skill to make money. And if you put your, so there's this parallel I always give, right? And for those who follow mythology, right? There are two goddesses. There
Yeah.
is Lakshmi and there is Saraswati. Saraswati is the goddess of learning. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. And we are chasing Lakshmi too much without realizing that Saraswati is the one giving us the
Absolutely.
Lakshmi, right? So
Exactly.
focus on the knowledge, focus on the training, focus on learning, focus on meeting good people, learning from good people. Working with a diverse set of people. As a writer,
Yeah.
your job is not only to write words. Your job is to look
Exactly.
at photography, to meet photographers, to meet filmmakers,
Mm.
work with radio
Yeah.
people, to work with sound designers, to work with art directors, designers. So many things. Your influence circle has to be very wide. And your job is not just
Exactly.
writing work. Your job is to create ideas. Simple.
True. I think what I understand from what you say is that our job as creative people is to suck in or synthesize as much as we can from our outside world, take it into our minds, and then refine it. And maybe whatever is the format, be it a design, be it a sound artist, be it a writer, be it a production person, then it comes out from our own creation in our own
Exactly.
formats. But I think the
Exactly. Yeah.
inspiration is
Also,
you.
you got to look at the emotion behind brands, right? I mean, every brand
Right,
is
right,
an emotion.
right.
It is solving a functional need. Yes, right. For example, an ice cream is solving a functional need of you wanting to eat a dessert or something sweet. But an ice cream
Right.
for a child is a very different emotion, right? For that
Absolutely.
child, it is a treat. It is something that your father or mother is taking to you and treating you after dinner. It's the experience of having
Absolutely.
that, right? That's the emotion. When you work on a telecom brand and the telecom brand brief is that let's sell data here, right? You're not. Yes, you are selling data, but what you're really selling is the emotion that through that data, a mother can speak to her son uh,
Yeah.
through Zap or whatever. You're bridging that connection. So always go into the emotional
Absolutely.
aspect of what brands live in, and I think the more you do that, you tend to become a better ideator. You get closer to the human truth, as it's called. I mean, no jargon here, but technically it's
Yeah.
called human.
Yeah.
As long as you're in that human truth zone, you should be fine as a creator.
Got it. Got it. So I think this part answers our question that how do you keep the work from becoming formula and how do you keep it personal, right? So I think
Yeah,
you
so I'll answer that.
answered that.
I'll answer
Yeah.
that, Kankana. I'll answer that a little bit. Work is
Yeah.
going to be a formula
Okay. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
work tends to get boring at times, right? You do get bored with the brands you work with. You do get bored with
Yeah.
a lot of youngsters today have to deliver 10 posts, 12 posts in a day for different brands. I get that. It gets boring. It gets a little tiring.
Yeah.
But I think what you need to do is there is a mechanical way of doing work and there is a involved way of doing work. Figure out the left hand and the right hand. So there are certain jobs that you just need to finish and dump and out, right? But certain jobs demand time, they demand your attention, they demand your creativity. So you need to figure out very quickly that in a day, what are the jobs that have to be just quickly delivered, and what are the jobs that demand your love, your time, your respect, right? And the moment you do
Okay.
that, then you're able to balance that life a little better. That's the formula. If there is a formula, that's the formula.
Got it. Got it. That I think clears a lot. And how do you keep it like personal, like where your emotions you are
See,
enjoying it basically.
there are any in any communication journey there are three voices, right? So one is your own voice as a creator, right? So whether you're a
Right.
writer or
Right.
a designer or whatever, a director, there is your voice. The second voice is the brand voice. So every brand has its own voice, right? So a Zepto or a Zomato or an IKEA or a Toyota, whichever brand it is, has its own voice. But there's a third important voice here, which is the consumer voice. What's the consumer voice
Right.
here? And what does the consumer like to hear? So when Coca-Cola says, "Thanda matlab Coca-Cola," it means the person who's buying Coca-Cola understands Thanda matlab Coca-Cola. That's the language or the lingo that person speaks in.
Right.
So then the writer who's writing it might be a very English writer with a very English sensibility, but that person still has to write a Thanda matlab Coca-Cola. So somewhere your voice, the brand voice, and the consumer voice have to be bridged, and that is where you really have to go into your personal. It's like for example, when Javed Akhtar Saab writes Mogambo in Mr. India, right? Is
Right.
he is he like Mogambo in real life? No. He's created that
No.
character. He has behaved like the character. When somebody's writing a murder mystery like Agatha Christie, does that make her somebody who's actually committed murder? No. But she is
No.
her head figuring out, okay, this is how a killer will work. This is how a killer's mind will be, right? So you're basically transporting yourself into the mind of a character, a brand, a situation, a scenario, a consumer to figure out, if I'm in the consumer's shoes today, what is that consumer going through? What is this mother going through? What is this father going through? What is this child going through? What is this brother going through, sister going through? What is this person who's in a train going through? The moment you do that, you're closer to the point of figuring out what to give creativity.
Got it. Got it. I think then the ultimate part about this means that you are bridging all these gaps. You are the person who is taking in all of this information, and what matters both to the consumer and for the brand, you are the person who is delivering it, right?
Yeah.
Have I got that
Also,
right?
I think you need to you need to deglamorize creativity. I think we try to
True.
glamorize.
Very true.
We've put creativity on this pedestal that, oh, it's something very difficult. Oh, I'm doing something great. Oh, this is like, oh man, oh man. Hey, dude,
Yes,
Baba,
yes,
you are not standing on Siachen and protecting the
yes. Yes.
country. Okay, if they
Absolutely.
start complaining, I will give them a year. This,
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
us who are standing in -40 degrees and protecting the country, right? Right. You are sitting on a desk in your slippers
Yes.
with an AC on, and you're
Yeah.
to work with brands. No, just do that. Just have fun.
Yeah.
Don't make it a big life का mission कि ये
Yes.
बड़ा आप कुछ कर रहे हो, झंडे गाड़ रहे हो
Yes.
कहाँ पे जाके, right? Idea at the end of the day is your job is to deliver a solution to a product problem for a consumer.
Absolutely.
That's all. You keep it to that, you'll have a long life in advertising or creativity. The moment you start over analyzing and over intellectualizing and overthinking this, you will be in a rut for the rest of your life, and you will hate everything
Very,
that you do.
very rightly said. Very rightly said. I think this is true and this applies to any other profession, any other career path that anyone is in. The moment we
Yeah,
take it very seriously, it becomes a problem.
yeah, I think Absolute Vodka, which is a very interesting alcohol brand, they had a line which said, "Love what you do what you love," right?
Yes.
And that is essentially what advertising creativity is all about. You need to love what you do, and you need to do what you love. If you leave it within
Absolutely.
that, you should be fine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Got it. That makes so much sense. Now, I just want to steer the conversation into a different line. I want to understand that you have a very distinct voice online, right? How different is that from the voice you use when you are writing for someone else, like a CEO or a CXO?
So essentially, I can be bindas in my own space, right? मैं अगर LinkedIn पे लिखता हूँ, so I can be indulgent.
Right.
I can see myself. I don't need to put any kind of filter on, technically, and I don't. Right. So generally,
Right.
when I write on LinkedIn, I end up almost treating it as my personal diary. Uh, I get up in the morning, I see something, I think of an idea, I think this is what I need to express myself with, then I go for it. Um,
Right.
but yeah, obviously, when you're writing for a CEO or a CXO or any C-suite leader or authority or a senior member of a from a corporate
Right.
side, you know that what they're saying there has to come with responsibility, right? That is very important. So there is, of course, there is self-expression even for them. Even they need to have a distinct voice. But my voice is more of a conversation, and when I write for a person like that, it's more of a commitment. That's the only difference.
True.
So it doesn't mean that I will, when I write for CEOs, everything is boring and vanilla, right? I do infuse humor, I do infuse a little bit of a more human feel to it. But obviously, it cannot be the fun that I have, right?
True.
I can't put a meme. I can't put a meme for them. I can't suggest you like guys, एक meme डाल
Right.
दो उधर. नहीं कर सकते हैं. There are some CEOs, you'll be surprised, who are very open out there. Right? So they don't want to be the suited, booted, jacketed CEOs. I'm seeing this a lot more today, where a younger generation of CEOs is fairly open with their thoughts on LinkedIn as well, right? So it really depends on once you meet the person, once you interact with that C-suite leader, You understand what they're about. You understand their personality, their mizaj, as we call it in our language. You know how much they want to go and be themselves, and how much they want to be the brand or the corporate. So you got to figure out that balance. You got to read between the lines, and then you create something which hopefully becomes their voice, not your voice, right? Because you're ghostwriting. So it shouldn't be shanty in everything. Eventually, I can't let my voice
Absolutely.
be overriding theirs. It doesn't work that way. So as long as, like I
Absolutely.
said, mine is a conversation. There's a commitment, and that's where I really see the difference. There's still a little
Got
bit
it.
of me there. It's mostly them.
Of course, of course. But is there like a curtain that, or like, is there a different suit? Like, I keep thinking when you're, let's say, the word for here is that ghostwriting, right? When you are doing it for somebody else, how do you get into that person's mind and like leave completely that you are who you are? You leave
You
that
got to
completely and
you got to meet the person quite often. So like for example, I don't write for a lot of them, but the ones I write for, I meet them personally very regularly. Right?
okay.
I either physically meet them in person. I spend time with them. I understand what's going on, what their objectives are, why are they on LinkedIn, what do they want to say. I have a lunch or a dinner with them. I get closer to understanding kya kar rahe hain log, what
Right.
is their world view like, what is their view like. And I touch base regularly with them, even online, or I call, or I WhatsApp, and I don't write. Eventually, it's their writing. What they do is they take my stuff and they probably will completely change it as well. So I give them that flexibility, and I think the idea is, I don't like this word personal branding. Honestly, it does it. It'll take a whole podcast, to be honest, if I go into that.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, the idea is you are still writing for a brand, and people are brands as well. They're not personal branding. I don't believe that. And like I said, I'll take a whole podcast to explain what I'm trying to say. But the idea is you need to know that there are two voices here, and you got to mold your voice slightly into theirs. As long as you can successfully
Right.
do that, you should be good.
Got it. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Now I really want to understand a little bit about the industry reality. I think you'll be able to give quite a few reality checks or not, maybe. So, and we also have questions coming in from the audience, by the way. So we'll also take that as and when it fits the
Yeah,
topic.
I'm seeing
So,
some comments already there.
yes, yes, yes. Yes. So I want to understand what's something about advertising from the last 10 to 15 years ago that you genuinely miss, or you have seen that
No,
it's
I genuinely
completely
miss.
shifted. Yeah, that you genuinely miss.
So I think firstly the reality that the world is changing, right? And the world changes, everything around the world changes. Technology changes, people change, habits change. The way people consume content or entertainment or advertising changes. So I think firstly you got to be very clear that you are a small part of what is happening globally. So you have to adapt to change, right? Change is constant. Now, yes, it's very romantic to say that यार पहले का ज़माना अच्छा था, आज का ज़माना बुरा है.
हमारे
Gen Z,
जमाने में.
आज हमारे ज़माने में ये होता था, Gen Z ये कर रहा है, right? It's super fashionable
हाँ.
to go and beat everyone up. I'm sure Gen Z,
Yeah.
when they become the next Gen X, will be saying that to the next. Right?
Yes, yes.
That debate is
Yeah.
unsolvable. You can't solve that debate. That generation gap is always
Yeah.
going to stay.
Yeah.
But I think if I were to look at it simply from a lens of a creative person, right? And I'll give you an example, right? So in the 80s, late 80s, I remember ये ज़मीं ये आसमां, ये ज़मीं ये आसमां, हमारा कल हमारा आज, हमारा कल हमारा आज, बुलंद भारत की बुलंद तस्वीर, हमारा बजाज. अभी ये बहुत फेमस जिंगल था वो टाइम का, बजाज स्कूटर्स के लिए, right? If it was to put in today, no, people would be saying ये hook कहाँ पे है, call to action कहाँ पे है,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
why is this not performative? Where are the metrics? Where are the analytics? What the fuck are you writing? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
what is the difference? See, when you write, you either have to sell or performance, or you have to make it a memory. And what has happened today is that we as a society have lost patience, which is why the
True.
word doom scrolling has come in, right? You will watch every IPL game that is on right now. Trust me, the day IPL gets over, you will not remember a single ad which is showing in IPL.
True. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we are consuming content at the rate of knots, and content is coming to us left, right, center from everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
What
Absolutely.
sticks? Nothing sticks. Because
True.
the reason nothing sticks
Nothing
is
sticks.
two reasons. One, we have made everything snackable, and nobody remembers snacks. People remember meals. आप,
Absolutely.
right? आपको dinner याद आएगा, आपको snack नहीं याद आएगा. So
Very true.
somewhere, no, and there's no, I don't have a solution for this, but that herao, there's a word called herao, patience. Uh, it's a lingering, like when you eat and you have a smell that's left on your fingers, an aroma that's left on your fingers. We've forgotten that aroma. So our
True.
copy, our advertising, our communication is all quick, performative, sharp, precise, AI. Stop. So I'm
True.
saying that with all these pauses, right? Uh, this is the problem, that we have forgotten to write what Bajaj used to write. We have forgotten jingles. We have forgotten music that makes ads. We have forgotten what it is for two people to not say a word in a 30-second ad. Uh, we have consigned ourselves to hooks and CTAs, and there is no memory. That is the only thing
True.
we have lost. But yes, we have gained a lot. I'm not debating the fact. We have gained execution, which is far ahead of what we used to do 20 years back. Today, you have the tools, you have the technology, you have, you dream it, you can imagine it, it can be executed today, right?
Right.
So there is a lot. There is, of course, a lot of what you have to do today to get somebody's attention is difficult, right? Today's writers have it more difficult than we did when we were younger,
True.
because it's tough. How do you seduce somebody in 2 seconds or 3 seconds? It's not easy. So I think what we've gained is that precision, we've gained that technology, we've gained the speed, but we have lost a memory. And for me, brands are memory. Uh, you
True.
know, uh, Without that memory lock, they cease to be brand. But this is just me. I'm old school.
True. And I think here everyone plays a part. As you said, that there is no proper solution to it, the direction we are going towards. The brand is playing a part, the consumer is playing a part, and then ultimately we also have to play the part, the creative
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I
see,
think
I don't lay the blame on anything and anyone really. We there has never been a right way to do things. Correct. When I started in the 90s, also there were problems. So it's not that our challenges were different, of course, versus the challenges that you guys, younger writers, creatives face today. I can't compare the two, but it's not that we didn't have our challenges. You have your challenges, but I think where the issue is that somewhere what has happened is advertising has become so performative today, so SEO, metrics, analytics driven, that the body is there, the soul has gone. So
exactly.
it's like a zombie right now. It's breathing, it's living, it's walking, but there's no soul behind.
True. That's very true. I think here there is somebody who has asked that this is where the question fits here. That what's one myth about copywriting that you strongly disagree with? To continue our conversation.
Now, what I strongly disagree with copywriting,
Yes. Yeah.
the
Myth
myth,
about copywriting.
the myth that copywriting is writing. Copywriting is anything but writing. Uh, it's the final expression of copywriting is words. Yes, correct. I'm not disputing that.
Yes.
But copywriting is thinking. Firstly, copywriting is, you can come as a copywriter. You can come up with a visual idea. You can come up with a piece of music which has no words in it. Like,
True.
everyone remembers Britannia. If I play ting 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 ting, you remember Britannia, right? That
Yeah.
is copy.
True.
So copywriting is not just a headline or something you see on an outdoor or something which is a slogan which says open happiness. Yes, that is copywriting, but copywriting is
Yeah.
essentially your job to create a language for the brand. That language could be visual, it could be word led, it could be a combination of both, it could be music led, it could be, uh, it's an idea at the end of the day. What is your idea for the brand?
True.
And the myth that copywriters fall into, especially the LinkedIn led myth, that
Yeah.
yeah, these are the 6 tips that will earn you 6 figures. These are the 10 formulas that will help you crack 10 figures. Boss, ये 6 figure, 10 figure, 25 figure, 99 figure, you have not even figured your life out and you're talking about figures. So first
Very, very true.
figure the
Absolutely.
fuck what is happening in your life. Okay, figure out what it is that the advertising industry is all about. What is the reality of an agency? What is the reality of a brand? Because anyone and their uncle can come on LinkedIn and say whatever the hell they want to, right? Nobody has the proof. But
Absolutely.
your eventually what you need to do as a thinker, as a creative, is what how can I make a difference with this brand? How can I make this a difference in somebody's life with this brand? Because people don't want brands. People don't like ads, right? People
True.
don't want to be reminded by this, by that, by this, by that. You have to slip into somebody's bloodstream in a certain way through your ad,
Right.
right? So that
True.
is the endeavor of a creative person कि मैं 5 सेकंड ऐसे कैसे निकालूं. That's it. How do I take
Right.
5 or 10 seconds of your life and make you look good? If you do that, you will be fairly successful in the business.
That's very rightly said because people don't want to be sold to. Right.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. That's why the YouTube 5 second skip has come in, no, so some years back, right? Today you
Exactly.
have the choice.
Exactly.
You have the choice to mute advertising. You have the choice to take advertising completely out of. You pay extra, right, for a non-ad.
Yeah.
So that's why you have to try harder, and you got to figure out what you need to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very rightly said. Now I'm going to ask you questions about the future and the direction because it's all the hype there. And I am sure you will also expect this question. Somebody has also asked that
I'm sure it's
where do
the
you
AI question.
think yeah, yeah, where do you think human writers still have an edge that AI can't replace?
Yeah, so I think where the difference is that you have to embrace AI. There's no getting away from it, right? Uh, I I use AI as well. It's not that I use Midjourney for creating visuals. We use in the offices we use things like Kling and we use Go Bananas. I'm sure I have not. I'm not a ChatGPT fan. I've never used it, but people use it. People use ChatGPT.
Yeah,
They use Claude, right? I'm an old school writer. I will write old school. I still write on with a pen and a paper. I don't go digital unless I need to, right? Now, for me, what happens is AI is a tool. It's a mirror. It is
yeah,
reflecting what is already existing. The only difference
very
is it's
true.
doing that scale. It's doing it at a massive scale, and it's doing it at massive speed, which no human writer can match. Correct?
Right.
But at the end of the day, the difference really is that AI is, if you look at AI work, it's there is a certain amount of coldness in it. You look at AI generated videos, you look at AI generated text. Uh, Even from a distance, you can feel it's very cold. It's like एक
True.
जिंदा लाश, जिंदा है लेकिन लाश है. I don't know how to describe it. When I see it, it doesn't evoke anything in me sometimes. And I think that's the difference a human being brings, right? As humans, you know what hunger is, you know what love is,
Yeah.
you know what lust is, you know what jealousy is, you know what fear is, you know what your mother likes, you know what your father hates, you know what your girlfriend or boyfriend likes. So AI doesn't know that unless it's prompted,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? You have already been prompted automatically by life. Life is prompting you every second. An alarm clock is
Very
prompting
true.
you in the morning to wake up, and then you're snoozing off. Some stomach is prompting you, यार भूख लगी है order कर, खाना खा,
Ekdam.
right? So
Yeah.
your prompts are in live, they're in real time. You don't even need somebody to come and tap on your brain saying, you know, hey, Shanti GPT, tell me what to do. Shanti GPT,
Yeah.
Shanti
True.
GPT is already being influenced by what's happening around him. Second thing is
Absolutely.
that the beauty of the word brain, right? We think with our brain. Some of us think with our heart, but mostly we think with our brain. The two letters at the center of brain. What are the two letters at the center of brain? BRAIN. So AI is right in the center
Yeah.
of your brain. Use this more often. Use the AI here
True.
more often.
Mm.
You'll always, work
Very
will
true.
always smell human. Yeah, see, AI will help you research faster, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
When a complicated brief comes in and it requires a lot of thinking, it can save you time. It can definitely give you creative solutions also. I'm not debating that. But
Yeah.
do the creative solutions have flavor? Do they have a smell? Do they have an aroma? Do they have a life? That is where you have to curate it possibly, and you have to perhaps infuse it with your own personality, your own way of looking at things. Why do, for example, now you've gone and seen Durandar, everyone, the whole world has seen Durandar, right? So Aditya Dhar has a way of telling a story. In the same way,
Right.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali has a way of telling a story. Steven Spielberg has a way of telling a story. We go to those people because they have a way of telling a story. They are as writers, as directors,
Yeah.
right? They're not AI. They're human beings at the end of the day. So the
Yeah.
human
True.
experience is always going to be important. I don't think get overwhelmed, but don't disregard AI as well. उसको एक फ्रेंड बना
Got
लो
it.
अपना, दोस्त बना लो, साइड पे बिठा लो उसको, चाय भी पिला लो चाहिए तो, लेकिन don't make him the host. You're still the host.
Absolutely.
Just keep him as a
Yes.
guest. The moment he becomes the host, now you're
Very
in
true.
trouble.
Then he or she or whatever it, I don't know. They
Yeah,
stream the.
right now
Yeah.
in this podcast, you're asking the questions, right? So if I
Yeah.
suddenly
Yeah.
turn the tables and start asking questions, there's a problem. So that's what AI should
Absolutely.
not be doing. Okay. Yeah.
The direction changes, everything changes, right? So
Everything.
if it is
It's very
my work, I should be the main character. AI could be a supporting character.
true.
Yeah.
At least for now,
Got it.
we don't
Got
know how AI is evolving. It might take over the world, all that. Right? We don't
it.
know. We'll
I
see.
am waiting for it to take over the world where it goes and takes the bath from my side. I don't have to do that.
That is a good idea. Yes. Hopefully that will happen.
Yeah. 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 I think we are almost getting to the end of our, lovely conversation. I have just few questions
Time passed
from
quickly.
from the. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, such a lovely conversation. And by the way, I forgot to tell you how lovely you sing. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
you sing
I
so well.
I I love my bathroom and I croon a lot in my bathroom. So yeah,
But you
that's
are
all it
not
is.
just a bathroom singer. You do sing very well.
No, no,
That's
I am not
lovely.
a
You
bathroom
should
singer, but
think
because
about
when
it.
I sing, other people's bathroom tiles fall off, but that's different. That's not, so,
Got
yeah.
it, got it. Lovely, lovely. So yeah, now I want to ask questions from my point of view. These are my personal questions. What's the biggest mistake you see young copywriters making when they're trying to build a portfolio? Because portfolio is something that is getting you work.
Yeah. So I think let's stop using the word mistake.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, कोई mistake intentionally थोड़ी करता है, right?
True.
You write a
Very true.
CV or you do a portfolio, you do it in the way that you feel it's the right thing to do,
Absolutely.
right? So
I love for you for saying that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think we should stop using these words like mistakes or problem. It's a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Challenges
It's
होते हैं,
challenge.
problems नहीं होते, issues नहीं होते हैं, challenges होते हैं. Similarly, I don't think people are making mistakes. What is happening is that I don't know what the other person is going to like eventually. It's like when
Exactly.
you meet somebody for the first date, right? You don't know what a person is going to like. What are they going to order? Do they like coffee? Do they like tea? Should I pay? Should I not pay? Is she going to like me wearing red or blue or white? Now, because I wore yellow and she doesn't like yellow, is it a mistake? I don't know, right?
No.
So I'm
True.
saying that the problem or the challenge, see, I use the word problem, challenge is that don't try to impress with your portfolio. Don't be
Okay.
overtly, out there to make it flashy looking. Put too many ads, too many styles, Canva designed, too much noise, right? A portfolio is not a collection of everything that you do. It's actually a very sharp edit of what you believe. you know so if somebody comes to me with just 5 pieces of work, just five, right, which are absolutely what the person believes an ad should be, I would prefer
Right.
that when you come with 20 pieces of work all of which look and sound like Zomato. The problem right now is
Got it.
everyone has a Zomato portfolio.
Yeah.
The first thing you
Very.
open a portfolio online, you see a Zomato ad, or you
Hmm.
see a condom ad. You see a condom ad. One of the two. I'll be
Yeah.
very frank.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boss, is Zomato the only brand in the world? Are condoms the only products in the world?
No.
Right? So
No.
don't be like a herd mentality. Get everyone is doing a Zomato ad on LinkedIn. Let me also do a Zomato ad in my portfolio. Right? See where a creative director hires people or is for two things and two things alone. What
Okay.
is the personality of this person that is coming through
Hmm.
this portfolio? What am I
True.
getting? What's the smell of this
Hmm.
person? And second is yes, what is the perspective of this person? Right? Like for example, I've hired people based on a portfolio where they've only done radio spots.
Oh.
Right? The most difficult thing to do in the world is to write a radio spot, Baba.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
You have to tell a story in 30 seconds using only
Yeah.
voice without
Only
visuals.
voice.
Right?
Absolutely.
No visuals to help you. So I've seen a portfolio where somebody recorded radio spots in their own voice and sent it to me. They were brilliant. So he had
True.
forced me to hear his work. I couldn't see his work. I had to hear his work. That itself became a difference, right?
Absolutely.
Because in a sea of sameness, his work became like a boat that I did not expect or a ship I did not expect. So
And
I
you
think
couldn't miss to see also. You
you couldn't
had to
miss.
see it.
Yeah, you got to hear
Yeah.
it. Right? You got to click
Yeah.
the WAV
Yeah.
file or the MP,
Hmm.
MP3 file and hear it. So I think don't try to impress people. Try to express yourself. There's a big difference. Don't
Yeah.
impress, express. And the moment I see you on a page, or you in a file, or you on a piece of work, or you in a film, or you in a radio spot, whatever it is that you're trying to do, just sell me 5 pieces. Most creative directors don't have the time. You don't have more than 2 or 3
True.
minutes to look at it. So why are you putting 20 pieces of work?
Hmm.
Makes no sense. If
True.
I would rather have 5 different ice creams than have 20 scoops of
Hmm.
vanilla.
Fair. That's. I think the way you're putting it is like show your personality, show your beliefs through the work, best work
Personality,
that you have done. Yeah.
five x, just 5 pieces that show me what your personality is, show me what your perspective is. That's it. If I like
Absolutely.
it,
Absolutely.
I smell it, I feel it, I will call you for an interview and I'll find further what you're about. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
so you don't have to
Absolutely.
worry about it.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. A very good advice, I would say, or more than advice, something to think about.
Yeah,
Very
keep it
right.
real. Like, just
Yeah.
keep it real.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I have my last question, and then we'll see if there's somebody who
Yeah.
has, asked anything else. If someone is trying to enter advertising today and feels like it's already very crowded, as you mentioned, so many things going on LinkedIn, so many courses being sold to you, what would you tell them? No advice. What would you tell them?
And
Enter.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, isn't for those who follow cricket, correct?
Mm.
Uh,
Mm.
there are only 11 people that will play for the Indian team.
Right.
There are a million cricketers out there. Does
True.
that stop Vaibhav Suryavanshi from being Vaibhav Suryavanshi? So if you're good enough, enter. If your heart lies in advertising, in creativity, in writing, in design, in photography, in whatever, filmmaking,
Yeah.
enter. Nobody's
Yeah.
stopping you. This whole thing about the crowd, yes, Baba, India is a country of 140 crore people. What are you going to do about it now? It's the same pressure when it comes to banking. It's the same pressure when it comes to IAS. It's the same pressure when it comes to MBA. Right? You will face the
True.
same amount of people there. Cricket, football, right? There are more people in a corner of Bombay than there are in the whole of New Zealand. Now, what are you supposed to do with it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
don't worry about a crowd. You worry about, do you really want to do this or do you not want to do this? Are you really
Yeah.
hungry for it or are you just doing it because everyone else is doing it?
Hmm.
So ask yourself those 2 3 questions only. Do you think you're going to have fun with this? Do you think you can earn money with this? Or do you think you'll be good at it? Nobody is stopping you, man.
Yeah.
I'll give you a small example, Kankona. When I wanted to enter advertising, there was no internet. Right? We didn't have a concept called internet.
Yeah.
We didn't have a
Yeah. Yeah.
mobile phone. We had to physically carry our work, which was sketched in white pieces of paper, put in a bag, take a train, go to an advertising agency, knock on the door, go to the receptionist. Tell her, please, can the creative director see this? Then wait for the creative director to call you on a rotary phone,
Yeah.
phone,
Yeah, yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes.
Then also you're not home. The call comes when you're not home. Then you don't know that person ever called, right? From those days today, where you have LinkedIn, you have Medium, you have Substack, you have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have every way of putting yourself out there and your work out
True,
there. Who's stopping? Nobody's stopping.
true.
But please go ahead, and that's my advice. Enter. You want to enter the advertising industry, find a door, find a window. If you don't find it, break a door, break a window, break the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah, yeah.
What else?
Lovely, lovely. Like just so simply put, there's I think right now, as you very rightly said, during your time and now, the difference is the barrier to entry is not there.
Yeah.
So it's very negligible.
See, there will always, every industry will have a barrier to entry. There is no industry that doesn't have
Yeah,
a barrier to entry.
yeah,
What
true.
what distinguishes the people who enter, who get a door, through the door, is hunger, is ziddipan. जो बोलते हैं ना, जिद होनी चाहिए आप. If you're really passionate about what you want to do, nobody's going to stop. Nobody. You will find
True,
a way. You will find, they say Sam Dam Dand Bhed, no, you'll find a way of doing it.
true, true. So it depends on you, the person who is entering. उनका
Yeah.
उनके क्या dreams है, जिद है,
I mean,
whatever.
honestly, you can put your entire portfolio every day on LinkedIn. You can create a new ad and put it every day out on LinkedIn if you want to. Who's stopping you? It's your LinkedIn. It's your
True.
Instagram. It's your Facebook. It's your platform. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's no you people do feel pressure. That's okay, but what matters more is what you do about it, what you do about your dreams and wants.
Yeah, absolutely. Should we take a couple of the questions from the
Yes,
chat?
yes.
There's a
Now
lot
we
of
should
questions.
definitely.
I'm unfortunately not at the time to even answer them, but
Yeah,
let's try.
yeah. No, I think we have two questions only. The
Okay.
first one is yeah, the first one that we have not answered yet is that what is the most challenging thing you think exists when you have Gen Z working with you?
Again, that's a misnomer. I feel, people are people.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why Gen Z gets beaten up so much. uh, you, that's the way they are, that's the way you are, then just be the way you are, right?
yeah,
uh, uh, I have no real answer for this because I don't think there's a problem at all. I don't think it's a challenge at all.
yeah,
Yeah, if you can't, you think Gen X like me don't have issues, don't have egos, don't have toxicity? Of course we do, right?
yeah.
So it's difficult dealing with Gen X also. It's difficult dealing with Gen A also. It's difficult dealing with Gen Y also. It's human beings are difficult people to deal with. Yeah, क्या करेगा?
Yeah,
कुत्ते पालेगा. Then hire, get your pet dog to the office, get your pet cats to the office. If you
very
have a
true.
problem with human beings, right? Then let
Very
your
true.
dogs do the copywriting and let your cats do the designing. So I think
Absolutely.
it's just a culture shift that needs to be done, really.
Yes, yes, very true, very true. The next question that we have is: have you ever seen brands or agencies use ideas from rejected copy tests? How should
Yeah.
writers deal with this?
There is no way to protect yourself, unfortunately. Unfortunately, this is so true that it's a very good question. I think Nikita Singh, right? Nikita's asking.
Yeah,
Nikita,
yeah,
sadly, there is very little you can do. This has happened. This will happen. This will continue happening, right? I think as a
exactly.
script, if you're writing scripts, if you have a script, for
Hmm.
example,
Hmm,
there are
hmm,
ways
hmm.
to register. You can register a script, and once you register it, then nobody can copy it. Ideally, in an ideal world, right?
Okay.
But yes, it has happened that copy tests, agencies have picked ideas. Clients, forget about agencies. Clients call agencies for pitches. There are 5 agencies that come in. Each agency brings in 3 ideas, right? 15 ideas are on
Oh
the table.
God.
The client has 15 free ideas already on the table. Now, can you stop the client from using an idea? It's happened.
Yeah.
People within agencies have stolen other ideas from other teams and presented it as theirs. I've seen that
Oh God.
also happen. So again,
Yeah.
there's no answer, unfortunately, for this. And I wish I had an answer, Nikita. I don't. I would only say that it boils down to your set of ethics, your set of principles as a human being, as a professional. And I hope this does not happen to anyone. It's a really shitty situation to be in, to be honest.
Very, very rightly said. I think there's only so much that we can protect ourselves, but also, with time, I've also seen even senior folks where they say that, hey, I'm not going to do a free copy test for you. Like, I have also come across those
Yeah,
people who say these things.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I think really now it comes down to your sense of judgment, right? Uh, anyone can ask anything out of you. Anyone can ask anything out of you. It's you have a prerogative of two answers at that point, yes or no. The moment you
True.
say yes, you have taken no out of the table. The moment you say no, you have taken yes out of the table. So
Yeah.
always judge whatever situation you get in life with a very clear mind, saying that, do I need this? Then say the yes. If I don't need this, say the no. Keep it simple.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping the podcast also very simple. I mean, it's almost 55 minutes we have spoken together,
No, no,
but
no
there
worries.
was no time where you kind of clouded my mind, or even I'm sure for the audience as well. The answers were so simple and so to the point that it is actually the raw truth of advertising from the veteran. I think we
No,
just nailed the
I
brief,
just say,
nailed the
I
topic.
just say
Yeah,
one thing. Vandana.
yeah,
Thank you for saying that. But for me,
yeah.
right, we've really made everything seem like it's a toolkit these days. You know,
True.
everything has to be in a certain way. There is a formula. There are tips. There are tricks. There are templates. नहीं यार. At the end of the day,
True.
communication. We are in the field of communication, and
Yes.
communication
Yes.
really means just having a chat with someone. Sometimes it's a consumer.
Yeah.
The only difference is you're having it with the consumer. So I think we really need
Yeah.
to demystify, deconstruct, and simplify what we're doing in the field. Work with
Absolutely.
people, good people who can simplify it for you. That will make a world of difference to the way you look at creativity. The moment you have a
Absolutely.
boss or a senior who is able to just simplify things for you, keep it basic. Like क्या करना है? You know, बॉल दिखा, बॉल मारना है कि छक्का छक्का मारना है या सिंगल लेना है, बस वही है.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely true. I think this is a very good point that you mentioned, and I also kind of have started believing in this, and I shared it in all my posts where I was talking about the podcast. That whatever has helped me move till this point of time is having the good and the right people around me. So
Yeah,
as and
it's
when
a
we
big
keep having the right people around us, it becomes easier for us.
absolutely.
Very true.
I totally agree with that. It makes a big difference.
Absolutely. I think there's again a last question, and this is the last question we're going to take. Nikita
Yeah.
says that any inputs on what today's copywriting courses should have.
Uh, Javed Akhtar Saab took a course on lyric writing. Shakespeare took a course on writing.
I don't
Like
think so.
500 years back, did Shakespeare come on LinkedIn and take a course and say, I'm a writer now? No. See, you do courses because you want to learn. I'm not stopping you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the biggest course is right out there outside your window. It's called life. Right? Go live your life. And these strange people, who have 2 ears, one nose, one mouth, we call human beings. Just spend time with those
Yeah.
strange creatures instead of spending time with worrying about copywriting courses. Okay, if you want a real good copywriting course, make sure that you're learning about uh, the intent of what copywriting is more than the output of what copywriting is. You really need to understand why are you copywriting what you're writing, right? What is the brand? What is the emotion of the brand? What do you need to do? Rather than worry about hook kya hoga, call to action kya hoga. Okay. So anyone who's giving you a writing course with a lens on strategy, with a lens on brand, with a lens on brand love, that's a good course to go.
Wow. I think those are things that both the course makers and the course consumers, that is the students, should keep an eye out for. Absolutely.
Hopefully, yes. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Absolutely. So I think we have covered everything that we had to say, ask. Is there anything else that you would want to add on, Shantesh?
I think I've said what I've said, but I really just like, firstly, again, thank you, Kankona, for this. Some very interesting questions. I had to think a
Thank you.
lot also. I've been answering some of them. Again, one podcast or one person, this is just my opinion, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
this is just based, all my responses are based entirely on my experience. Somebody else will have a different experience. Somebody will have a very
Right,
different perspective to what my perspective
right,
is. And that is the beauty of
right.
life, right? It's like
Absolutely.
Amartya Sen wrote a book called The Argumentative Indian. For every Indian, there's an argument. So
Absolutely.
you'll always have a different gyan from different people. This is my gyan to you. But I think what is super important for young people to realize is uh, don't be in a rush. Don't. It's a long, long race, right? Don't try to run a 100-meter race every day. Just focus on a career, not a job. And you will get that ladder, you will climb that ladder, you will make your monies as and when you're due to make those monies. But always be a learner. It's super important. Even at my age, I'm 50, I will learn till the day I die. So that is important. So that's the only piece of it, last piece of advice.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I think that's a great place to close this conversation. And thank you so much, Shantesh, for coming here and sharing so much that you have learned from your own experiences. I am personally very grateful that I got to talk to you about all of these things.
Yeah,
And
my
I
pleasure.
think this might I think this might be the first time we have had someone drop insights and sing in the same conversation. So that's going to be hard to beat, and
Uh,
that too for the first session itself.
if the
So yeah,
if the world sings more songs, will be a better world. So that's
absolutely,
all.
absolutely, very
Yeah,
very
but
rightly said.
thank you,
Thank
real
you so
pleasure,
much.
and thank you for everyone who's attended and been a
Yes,
part of the session. There are some questions I'm sure they will be shown on YouTube. I'll try and answer them separately once it comes on the
yeah,
on Suku.
yes,
And
yes,
all
yes.
the best, guys. God bless you. God bless whatever you do, and have a good Sunday ahead. Cheers.
Yes, yes. For everyone listening, this is the writer's room, and we'll be bringing more such conversations your way. So, yeah, have a good Sunday, have a good day, and let's meet you again. We'll be ending the stream, right? Bye,
Yeah.
Santesh.
Cheers. Thank you. Thanks, Kankana.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.